Dzień dobry, welcome to the channel. My name's Rob and I am an Englishman loving learning about Poland, and I've got something pretty awesome for you today. In today's video, we are going to look at images and videos from Poland in the 1940s, all in black and white. This is going to be pretty awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe, and let's check this out together. This is Poland. Very grand.
This is Poland, the country with 1,000-years-old tradition. And these buildings and monuments in which that tradition is crystallized are in Warsaw, capital of Poland during the last 300 years, and center of resistance against foreign invasions for centuries before that. We are reminded of the way in which the Polish people have always resisted aggression by a statue of John Sobieski, the king, who in 1683 saved German Vienna from Turkish invaders. And here in Krakow is a statue of Kosciuszko, another Polish leader who fought against oppression. Krakow unites in one city the Westminster, Windsor and Oxford of Poland. It was the seat of government for 5 centuries. Its university is the oldest in Central Europe. And the royal castle and cathedral of Wawel form one of the finest monuments of medieval architecture still in existence.
It's funny, I said I've been to Krakow 4 times now, and looking at like this image and the Wawel castle, it's weird because it's almost as if nothing has changed. You're looking at it in black and white, but nothing has really changed, and it's all the same. It's fascinating to look back in history, especially at the black and white footage.
Here, in the 13th century, the Mongol invasion of Europe was broken. This trumpeter of Krakow 700 years ago sounded the alarm to rouse the citizens.
Been there. Been there. It's like I've walked there.
An arrow shot by a Tartar archer pierced the throat of the trumpeter, and that is why the note breaks without completing the tune.
Wow.
In commemoration of this occasion, the people of Krakow to this very day celebrate it with a mock Mongol on a hobby horse.
Do they? Do they still do this?
But it is the Polish peasant who is the backbone of the country. Here in the highlands in the Tatra Mountains, the peasants have retained most of their picturesque, traditional customs.
I find the black and white footage fascinating. I don't know if anyone else thinks the same as me, but when you look at this black and white footage, you almost think that their life was black and white. Now we've got all colour, and you've got high definition, everything. 8K's coming out, and everything is so crystal clear. But obviously back then, the camera and photography equipment was, well, pretty basic to say the least. But in your head, you think, when you think about back there, it's hard to imagine it in colour. you think, oh, it's either black or it used to all be black and white, or it used to be kind of browny colours, didn't it? So it's sometimes hard to imagine what life was actually like, because you can't imagine the colours and how vibrant these were. So you look at these ladies' dresses, and I bet they had some beautiful, vibrant colours, maybe some reds, some greens. But in my head, I just see black and white. It's such a shame, because it's clearly not true. She's going to get dizzy. This is fascinating, just fascinating. Was it this basic in the United Kingdom in the 40s? I'm sure it wasn't. I'm sure we weren't using wells in the 40s, were we?
The Polish people are pious and deeply religious.
Kontemplovat mu krzyżową umarł. Pogrzebą wstąpił do piekieł trzeciego dnia zmartwychwstał, wstąpił na niebiosa, siedzi na prawicy u Boga Ojca Wszechmogącego, stamtąd przyjdzie sądzić żywych umarłych, zwierzęt Ducha Świętego, święty Kościół, powszechny, świętego obcowanie, grzechów odpuszczenie, ciała zmartwychwstania, żywot wieczny. Amen.
It's amazing to get this footage, isn't it? It's just awesome to get all this footage, and it to be on YouTube as well.
This ancient, but for a century neglected country, sprang to a new life in 1918, and its people, spurred on by their newly won liberty, determined that Poland should take her rightful place among the most progressive nations of Europe. They built their great seaport of Gdynia, which was transformed in a few years from a poor fishing village into the most flourishing harbour in the Baltic.
It's quite painful to watch that and hear that. 1918, they thought, yeah, we're going to really do well now. We're going to really build and become a powerful nation in Europe. And then certain things happened in 18 and 39. And then it all went to pot again. It's bad knowing what happened in the future. But I think that sums up Poland, though, doesn't it? If throughout history they've like, yes, we will be a powerhouse, in Europe, and then they get knocked back, and then they fix, and it's constant rebuilding and constant pain and suffering, but then it almost gives Poles the strength to then do more. Look at this. This footage is incredible.
After so many wars and so much suffering, Poland needed peace. She did everything to secure it. She concluded non-aggression pacts with both her neighbors and hoped that this eternal fire burning over the tomb of her unknown warrior would be a symbol of a phase in her life which had passed forever.
But this was not to be. In September 1939, in defiance of his treaty, Adolf Hitler's army made a sudden and unprovoked attack. Bombers rained death from the sky. His warships shelled the coast,
where the defenders of Westerplatte, cut up by land and bombarded by sea, held out for 3 weeks and surrendered only when all of them were either killed or injured.
Mechanized troops advanced across the frontier from the south, west, and north.
We met by desperate resistance of the only partially mobilized army.
Just look at this. It's incredible to be able to have this footage, especially, now that the war started here and there's someone filming this, and with the technology they had, that is truly incredible to see. This is just awesome. Hard to watch this bit. I don't think the quality of the footage gives you the true effect though. It's insane.
weeks of fighting, the whole country was overrun and devastated.
But one city, Warsaw, still held out.
The German Führer himself came to see the cause of his army's setback.
Truly horrific. Wow.
Ceaselessly bombed from the air, ceaselessly shelled, her monuments and buildings destroyed, Warsaw continued her resistance for another fortnight. Although fires were raging in the city,
There was no water, no light. Food supplies had long ago run out.
but at length it was obvious even to the stubborn and courageous defenders of Warsaw that further resistance was hopeless.
And the Lord Mayor Stasziński sent his emissary to arrange the terms of surrender with General von Brauchitz.
Wow.
And so the Germans finally entered Warsaw.
I think it's really hard, isn't it, to get the emotion in this? As I said, because of the clarity and partly who is filming it. So clearly some of this is filmed on the German side of things, but it's really, really difficult to get the emotional side of it. Yes, you see the bombs and you see the cannon firing, but you don't get to see the sadness, the depression, the joy even from maybe the Germans when they walked in.
But Poland will never perish. Poland will live forever, great and glorious, for you, for us, and for the whole of humanity. Thus spoke the great veteran Paderewski when the Polish patriots in France made their decision to continue the struggle.
Nie zginie Polska, nie zginie, lecz żyć będzie po wieki wieków w potędze i chwale dla was, dla nas i dla całej ludzkości.
Crazy.
The Polish Navy had already fought its way out of the Baltic, and crossing the North Sea reached the shores of Britain, where the White Eagle went into action alongside the White Ensign. The epic story of the submarine Orgel has become an imperishable part of the history of this war. And here, training in British machines, is the Polish Air Force that was later to play its brilliant part in the defense of Britain.
I don't really want any, Britain let Poland down. We don't need that in this video. So don't bother in the comments. They sold us out to the, to Soviets, Russia, and we don't need that in this video. So don't even bother in the comments. Spitfires.
While the land forces, all seasoned veterans of the campaigns in Poland, Norway and France, had rallied on British soil and were reforming their ranks for the time when a great crusade will set out from the shores of Britain to reconquer freedom for Europe. Here, General Sikorski, the Polish commander-in-chief, comes to decorate those of the troops who had distinguished themselves in the Norwegian campaign.
Women as well. How good was that image just then? So it's been so tough, and yet he's still got a smile on his face. That image speaks 1,000 words, as they would say. That is just a brilliant image. He's probably having something. It doesn't look that great, does it? Some soup or something like that. But he's still smiling in the face of adversity. It's incredible.
But the future of Poland is here, in her children, who, although exiled, go on learning to be useful citizens of their motherland.
That's what PE lessons used to look like.
While these children live, Poland will never die.
That was awesome to see. I still have the issue where I only see this in black and white. I don't see any colour. And what I mean is, in my head, I don't see any colour. And it's such a shame. And I know there are ways now to actually get colour from black and white, which is crazy. But That was brilliant. There's the highs, the lows, and it's told by an English commentator apparently, or narrator. I think that is an amazing find, and obviously I assume some of this footage was actually shot by Germans as well. But I hope you enjoyed that. I look back at Poland's past, and there's so many different emotions in this, isn't there? It's so many different emotions, and I think especially at the end with the narrator, he gives a lot of those emotions, like the pride that Poland has. You know, the way he speaks, and you know, Poland never dies, and whatnot. That's it. Just what an awesome find. I love that. I hope you enjoyed it. I really do. If you did, please do like and subscribe, and I will catch you next time.